Well, hello. Guess what? I got some numbers for you. Okay. So, do you remember the other day? It's only been 2 days ago. And I said, I'm going to get my allowance. And this is all the money I'm going to have. It's going to be $300 to last me till Friday. Do you know that I spent all of the money in like 2 days? 2 days. And actually, I went over budget. I just came back from a walk. I was talking on Facebook Live, and I was telling my audience that I just had a humongous unexpected bill come through for school lunches, $1,200. So that happened to me. But beyond that, the $300 was almost instantly gone. And this is crazy because I haven't done this for a while. I haven't spent only cash and then written it down, which it works like magic. But I went to Target, I spent $12. I went to Costco, I had to get cat food. And then I got some protein bars, so it was like $62. I had to get my nails done. I had to. Okay, this is my reason. This is like a must have. But you know what? I didn't have to get a pedicure, but I always do have to get my nails done. That's the thing on like this debt-free journey. If you're in a debt-free journey, you cannot restrict everything. Just like if you're on a diet, you can't just say, oh, you will never have sugar ever again in your life. It's not realistic. Maybe don't have sugar all the time, but maybe have sugar on special occasions, right? And you'll know when it's a special occasion. Well, it's the same kind of thing with the money. Like you cannot restrict everything. That's one thing that me and Dave Ramsey, we don't agree on that because he talks about how we should, basically be punished for our debt sins. I mean, that's kind of how it sounds. And I don't believe that exactly. And I think we should just allow ourselves to have something. So I didn't have to go as extreme as the mani and the pedi, but anyway, I was there. I went to the grocery outlet. Do y'all have one of those where you live? They have like discounted food. So a lot of times like you have to be careful because it might expire tomorrow. So check your dates, it's that kind of place. Oh, and then I had to gas up my car. Oh, $44 at the grocery outlet and then gas in my car, $40. And then there was something else that I bought and I don't even remember. It says I had $89 left, but I don't. I have no dollars. Oh, I forgot to write this down. I spent $2 at the vending machine. $2 on chips because I was stressed. Yeah, so I'm going to put that here. Chips, $2. Okay, even though you guys, look, this is so silly. This is so silly. Like, really, what can this do? And that's sometimes what people will think. They're like, what? That's not going to make a difference. It's not going to make a difference writing things down. It's not going to, it looks messy. Like but that's the thing that I want you to see. There is something that happens when you write it down in your brain. There's something that happens in your brain to where it's like it's all connected. And I can question myself so hard on this. Why did I spend $12 at Target? Oh, I know why. Because I get energy drinks there. Those little Celsius packets. Remember I told you that the strawberry coconut? Oh my gosh, that's what I do. I use these water cups that I get at Starbucks sometimes, and I reuse them, and then I make a whole Celsius packet. It's so good. So was that, and I can go through like that and say, was that worth it? Should I have spent $12 on 15 sticks of an energy drink? I think so. Yeah, I think so. How about Costco? Did I really have to spend $62? Yeah, I probably could have gotten one box of protein bars instead of 2 because protein bars are like $20 a box. They're crazy. Did I really have to I get dip on my nails, Did I have to get the dip? I didn't have to, but I love it because it makes your nails like really, really sturdy. And my nails are actually like paper, so I love getting the dip. And then last time they talked me into like a gel pedicure, and I don't even care. Like basically, I hurt my feet running like a few months ago, I bought those new shoes and I hurt my foot. So I'm making all these excuses, but my toenails, like I said, I'm going to take care of your little toenails. We're going to go get a pedicure. So, so that just helps like as your feet are healing. So yeah, anyways, here's my reasoning. Okay. And that's why it's so cool to like write it down and like, how the hell did you blow through your whole allowance in 2 days? Well, this is how. Did I have to buy gas? Yeah, I did. I probably could have put in 20 and been fine. And then the grocery outlet, 44 bucks. Yeah, I think it was good. But sometimes I buy things there and I don't even really like them. And then I end up throwing them away. That's true. So I don't know. We'll see. I was just trying to save money and I was trying to use this, I'm trying to do it with you guys too. So I'm just gonna, that's my week. Okay, basically that's my week 3 days later. And also I had a message from the school that I owe $1,200 to the school for school lunches. Yeah, that happened. And I couldn't say, oh, well, I'm not going to do it because it's not in my budget. It's not in my cash budget because otherwise my daughter wouldn't be able to play golf. And yeah, but we had a little chat about buying things on credit and how we don't do that. If you buy it on credit, like when I first started doing this, saving money, this is how I did it. I have books. I could actually go get it right now. Should I go get it? I'm going to get it. I have books of like when I very first started, I followed the budget mom and I couldn't afford her workbook. So I wrote it all down. Yeah, I wrote it all down. And then after a few years, I did buy her budgeting books and oh my gosh, they help so much. You know what? I'm just going to go grab them. Sorry, I have to go do that because you have to see this. One sec. I'm coming. Okay. Here's my little book. I wasn't prepared for this, was I? Anyway, okay, so now I do use credit cards, but when I first started, oh hell no. Your girl was not carrying no credit card. I could not be trusted with a credit card. Like literally it was bad, you guys. It was bad. It was like something came over me. Like I couldn't help myself. And so I had to make myself use cash. Oh my God, look at this. This is one of my very first books. Dream a little dream. Oh my gosh, what was I doing? I was going to Whole Foods, Trader Joe's, Starbucks, doing the same stuff. I was doing the same stuff, you guys. That is so good to see. Oh, I got Cake Pops, I got Trader Joe's, I got Starbucks. Oh my gosh. And I would write little notes in here to myself too. So let's see what I said. Oh, it says, I see that I need to increase my budget so I don't rely on my debit or credit card. I will go from $300 to $400, and that's a good start. Did you hear that? Like you literally saw me go pick up these books, right, and come back. Well, you didn't see me, but you heard me. Yeah, I'm doing the same thing. Like I literally just realized that right there. $300 a week, it's not gonna cut it. $300 a week may not work. It might if I don't get my pedicure, and I only do that like once. Like I get my nails done probably like once a month. And then I get my toes done, usually never. So that wouldn't even be in my budget, right? But this is the kind of stuff. And look, here's the thing. It's not cute. Like the pages are falling out. It's going, But listen, this is what I did, you guys. Like this works. I'm telling you, it freaking works. But you have to sit down with yourself. You got to get yourself a little pencil. I like the full thing of pencils. It's so nice. Get yourself a pencil and sit down and even start out. Write down, what is my net worth? Like, what are my assets? What do I own that is of value? Like just start being with you and money and having a little date. every day, like every day I look at my bank account. Every day I at least do that. Like that's bare minimum. But I do little things like this to keep me really on my toes of like, man, I think I'm spending a lot of money and I need to cut back because I know that the stock market is going to take a poop in the next few months and I want to be ready. Like I'm going to buy at the bottom. If you watched one of my past video, the one where I'm in the bathrobe and I'm telling you about, you know, where my starting point of me being a trader and where I'm starting. And I tell you my strategy and it's like super simple. It's not like I have nothing to sell you. Like I will tell you everything and then just take it all with a grain of salt and do your own research. Like I'm just some random lady on YouTube. That's it. So do your research, okay? But did you just see that this shit works? Did you see that works? Oh my gosh, I just wrote it to myself. I'm like, $300 ain't cutting it. And I was doing the same thing. And my net worth increased like crazy, you guys. I don't even know if I'm supposed to talk about numbers, but I kind of want to talk about numbers because I kind of want to it's like whatever. It's freaking numbers. Oh my gosh. Okay, this one I titled the month May Melted Money. Oh, that was a big spend that month. And that's what I would do. I would write out, you know, what is my budget? I would call it an allowance. I said, I'm going to give you an allowance, usually like $300 a week because the cash machine, you can get out $300 at a time. So you can go there anytime. And, and I have a little hack. You can actually, like at my bank, you could use one ATM and then go and use the other one and that will work and you can get like $500. But if you want to just make one little quick trip, you can get your 300. And so that was kind of my budget. I was like $300 a week. And then on Fridays, I would pay myself. And then on Fridays, I would I would call it Financial Friday. And then I would pay my bills. Now I pay off my credit card. Back here in these days, oh honey, there was no credit cards. I was on big timeout because I couldn't manage it. And I knew that, and I needed to get myself right with money. I needed to like take care of my money and appreciate it and to love it and to just, I love you. I want to know how can I love you more? Like how can we have a better relationship? How can I not be so pissed at you? Because you've done me wrong so many times and where were you? And you know, like that's what I'm talking about on this channel. We're talking about money mindset. Money mindset. Like you and money have to be, if you want, like you don't have to do anything, okay? But if you want to earn a lot of money, if you want to be amazing at personal finance, you have to spend time with it. Just think about your relationship with your kids, the relationship with your partner, with your husband, with your parents, like with your family. Just anybody, people at work, you know. If you want to have a better relationship, you have to spend time with that person. You have to get to know them. You have to dream a little dream. Like, what's your dream? Because our dreams aren't the same. Like, my dream was like, can I please make $100,000 a year and just go out, take my kids on vacation once a year? That'd be so awesome. I would love that. You know, like that was my dream. And then you get to a dream and then you're like, okay, now what's next? Not that I'm not appreciative, but because I'm so appreciative, because I love it so much, like literally I could cry. Like I'm so thankful. And more, please. Don't be afraid to ask for more. Do you know how good I feel when somebody wants more of my lasagna? I'm like, yes. I made 2 pans of it because I know it's good too, right? That's how God is. God is the same way. Do you love this? Oh my gosh, me too. Do you want more? Ask for more. He wants to give it to you, but if you don't ask, you're not going to have more. Do you know what I'm saying? But take care of the things he already gave you. He's given us so much. I love you, God. I love you, God. He's given us so much. He's given us so much, and he's given us this experience in life. So what are we going to do with it? What are you going to do with this experience? Are you going to challenge yourself? Are you going to test yourself? Are you going to push yourself to the limit? Or do you want to just stay in one place? Because really it doesn't matter. Like your purpose is like just to live. Like that's it. and probably, you know, try to enjoy your life if you can, but there, you don't have to do anything. But this is like for somebody that does want to do something and they want to get right with their money and they want to try to figure it out. And why is it so complicated? Well, here's the thing. With my mom, she was very high IQ, super smart. She became an engineer. She put herself through college in honors as a single mom on welfare. So anyways, super smart with math. She had to do like trigonometry, calculus, all this stuff. But for me, like, for real, you guys, like, I had to be in special math classes my whole life. I did. There, I said it. Oh, I was bad at math. And I would say that to myself, right? Oh, you're bad at math. You're just not good at this. You're not good at this money thing. And I'm like, and then it's kind of like, wait a second. When I started working at my job, and when you're loading ships, you're doing a lot of numbers. Like, I don't do this job all the time, but it's one of the jobs, is like making a plan for the ship and making sure that the ship is level and everything is, there's tons of numbers to put into this calculation. It's just basically like it's a formula and you have to know where to put what. And so in doing that, like, it has to be perfect. It has to be perfect. And at my job, this is when I realized I was good at math, because another part of my job was blending corn. So I would blend, it's like basically if a load order, they're asking for, like, they want a certain spec on grain, or, you know, it's like this with fruit and veggies too, but they grade things, right? So there's certain characteristics, there's a certain limit of this and that, and just different things, right? And it's on these categories, and there's a lot of numbers, and then you have to blend it, and you have to get it perfect. And I learned one time when my old boss, he had said, I'm gonna go on a tangent, okay? You ready for this? I got my energy drink. So good. So good. Okay, so my boss, he was saying, because I was always trying to, like, stand out and make money for the company. Like, I wanted to do my part. I wanted to shine. I wanted to move up. I wanted to, like, what can I do that could help him? Or what could I do to help the company make money? And he said, I could have swore this is what he said. He said, for every 10th, he said for every 100th of a percent, that's $60,000. That's how we can make a difference, because if we're blending and we're not really going to the max, we're leaving money on the table, basically. And I was just thinking in my head, bingo, that's how I'm going to make money. That's how I'm going to shine, is I'm going to make money for the company. And I'm going to be the best blender that you ever saw. Because before that, I worked for the state of Washington, and I was an inspector, right? So then when I went to work for the company, and I'm the one in the seat, like, blending the grain, I already know what they're looking for. I know what does a number 2 quality look like, what does a number 3 quality look like, just different things. Like, I was more in the know, so that actually really helped me a lot. Yeah, I started in that job as a janitor. Anyways, we'll talk about that story later. But okay, so what was I telling you? Okay. So yeah, in my job. Okay, so then I was like, okay, for every 100th, I can make $60,000 for the company. I can do that. Like, I can do this. And so what did I do every day? This was intense. I would sit there. This is back when I was a Jehovah's Witness too, and so I didn't really talk to anybody. I would put everything under my desk. I'd put all my phone, everything. I'd have it just so if my daughter called, she could get through to me. And I was, like, totally in the zone. Like, I became so at one with just wanting to master that I did. And somebody had they gave me a nickname at work. They called me the elevator, because it's a grain elevator, right? And so they called me the elevator. And I was just like, so I'm still so proud of that name. I just love it so much because I felt like I could make a difference, and that I could stand out. And so I did. I pushed it to the limit every single time. Every single time I push it to the limit, and sometimes I would push it a little bit too far and then I had to rein it back, when the tugs are out there waiting for the ship to sail and the clock is ticking and the phone's ringing like crazy and I'm like trying to get that last 100, Yeah, I do love that part about my job. Like it is you have to be strategic. And so guess what? I realized I am good at math. Take that, math. Take that, math. I am good at math because how are you able to do what I do? It's all about math. It's all about percentages. I'm going to take a little bit of this, and then I'm going to take some of this, and then I'm going to do a blending, and then I'm going to measure it, and then and it's a hands-on. Like when I'm running the ship and I'm blending, I'm actually putting in and it's a hard ship. This is back in the day when I really had to pay attention because I just had to, I had to because I had to learn it, and I'd put in like 10,000 steps a day. I was running back and forth to the lab taking samples, and you guys, but I loved it and I thrived on it, and I decided I'm good at math. Because people would say that at work, they would say that. And I'm like, oh, I don't think so. Because here I am, like, in debt and trying to figure out money and things like that. And in the meantime, I'm realizing I'm kind of good at math. Yeah. So that's how I started out with my budget. And the other thing I want to say about math is that the cool thing about it is it's never going to do you wrong. It will never do you wrong. You can trust it so hard because it is always precise. It is always perfect. It is always just, and that's the comforting thing to me about math is I don't need to know trigonometry, calculus, and all this other stuff. I know how to do percentages. I know how to do, like tenths and hundredths and that's how I tried to teach my daughter about math too, about the percentages and about the decimal points. I'm like, just think of it like money. Because when I think of it like money, then it all makes sense. Yeah, I don't know. This is so crazy, right? I really was in the special math class forever. And I don't think I never even got to algebra. I don't think so. Maybe I did algebra only or something. I can't remember. Anyway, okay, so here's this book. This is a Budget Mom book. Thanks for sticking with me. I'm just going to keep yapping because I guess you guys like it. Oh my gosh. Oh, this is so cute. I put down my goals. Here's my 2020 goals. I wanted to get to 163 pounds, and guess what? I weigh 150 now. That was my goal. And now I have surpassed that goal. That's what happens, you guys. That's the cool thing. I want to read more. I want to cook more. I want to start an exercise routine, which I did. I want to hustle and get a big raise. I did. They really appreciated my work. Pay off all credit cards. Are you all reading this? This is my true story. Love myself. I want to love myself more and find my Prince Charming. And here's the key. Track. Track, or you're going to gain it back. I heard that in some sort of Weight Watchers group or something. There's some guy that talks about Weight Watchers. But tracking. You track your money. Oh, honey, you're going to spend so much less like me. Even though I went above budget by $1,200 and paying for all those freaking school lunches. But the thing is, overall, this is where it started. I think I did 3 years of these. No, probably 4 years of these budget books. Listen, it doesn't matter how long it takes because all that matters is that you are, the time's going to pass anyways, right? Do you want to be 50 and have a higher net worth, or 50 and broke? Because you're still gonna be 50. It's still gonna happen. You guys, look at this. Do you see that? This was me on a money date with my money. I would spend time. I would write. I liked having markers, and I liked having paper, pens. Like, I like that. I like technology too, but there's something about like writing it down. And at the same time, once you learn how to do money, you can also do this with weight loss. This is why coaching is so cool, because you can transfer it to other things, right? So it's just like that with what you eat. Like, you don't always have to track all your macros, track your calories, all this craziness. Like, that's like, it's like we're working too hard. We don't have to do all that. If you want to know, if you want to get right with food, start writing it down. But you don't have to be so detailed, You could do the same thing with food. Yeah, I had half a cheeseburger and a scoop of ice cream or whatever. It's like, it's literally awareness. Like, that's all it is. Because until you are conscious, you're just going to keep on doing this same thing you've been doing, right? So it's really bringing it like, oh, I'm so conscious. Like, oh, I really spent $12 on the packet of these energy drinks, was that worth it? And analyzing it, because once you're aware of it, then it's like, okay, now maybe I can change things. But really what happens is when we start swiping our credit cards and just not paying attention, it's like we are so unconscious. We are just going through life like not paying attention. And then before you know it, your credit card bill's like $10,000. It's happened to me. Yes. So now, yes, I do use credit cards, but I use it very responsibly. And when the bill comes, and always on Fridays, regardless, I always pay money on my bill. And the other day yesterday I had to go to the school to pay that big, humongous bill. And so I went, and I don't keep my credit cards with me. I keep them in a secret place that is very difficult to get to. It may not even be at my house. Freaking talking about money. People getting all worked up. So funny. Okay, so here we go. So here's what I have. I have these cards. I keep them in this little key pouch. And I have these cards, and I will intentionally take cards out and put them in. And look, I have I'll put my hand over it, but I have my Chase card. So right now, talking to you right this minute, I'm taking that out of my little wallet. Okay, so that's going back where it needs to go, which is not in my wallet, because we can't have emergencies, right? Oh my gosh, I'm so thirsty. I want to buy a soda. I totally want to do that, but I can't. I have to bring to work with me tonight, something like that. And then I have I put my little cash in here, and I treated it so nice, but it's gone. Like, all my money's gone. So I'll be fine. I have gas, I've got food and everything like that. But yeah, sometimes we got to bring ourselves back to the basics, back to where did this whole thing start? And it started with me just really caring. Like, I started caring. I started treating money like, I'm going to have a check-in with my money and see what's going on. And I would write like whole plans for my month, because I would get paid. I wouldn't always get paid like every Friday, I would get paid. Anyways, the Budget Mom has a way of, it's like you're budgeting per paycheck instead of like budgeting for the whole month, which for me made more sense, because I knew how much I was going to make every 2 weeks, because I'm salary. So that was easy for me. So then I started tracking, and you guys, this is so cute. And then I would get myself new pens, and I'd get myself some new markers. Oh, isn't that so cute? These markers are so cute. And they've since, they're dry. I've worn them out so much. Yeah, and I just wrote down everything, and I write down the categories. And this is the Budget Mom way. This is how she does it. And, I spent a lot of time. I spent so much time tracking stuff, saving receipts, writing it down, but it would also make me think, do I really want to buy this? I'll have to write this down, and then I'm gonna have to question it. It's the same thing with trading right now. It's like, do I really want to take this trade? So I'm gonna have to write this down. I'm gonna have to journal about it. I use an online journal. It's called Tradezella, but I also write things in my book here. This is my trading book. Every time I have like a different theme for something, I have a different book. Just like this one. You can get them at TJ Maxx or Ross or whatever, right? Target, anywhere. Walmart, dollar store. Like I have dollar store ones. And then people are always buying them for me, but I have so many. Or like this one. Oh, isn't that pretty? Oh my goodness. Yeah. I haven't written anything on that one, but it's so pretty. My daughter got that one for me. I love you. And then this one is so cool. Here's a cool journal. But it's really just tracking your feelings, tracking how's it going. This is a really cool journal. I just keep it on the coffee table and then I write a little bit at a time. Reflection questions. Okay, here, I'll read you something, okay? And then I'm going to let you go because this one's getting really long. Reflect on those moments when you feel most powerful. What common themes or elements can you identify in these moments? And you could make this a money journal. You could do whatever theme you want to do, right? Yeah, things like this will change your life though, but you have to do the work. You have to write it down. You have to sit with money. You have to talk to it. You have to think about it and be at one with it. Not really, but you know what I mean? Like, it sounds all crazy and shit, but I'll tell you what, my coach, she makes $10 million a year. A year. Is that crazy? When I first met her, I'm like, who even does that? How do you do that? Trust me, she got right with money. She got right with it. And it's not about like buying all the things and doing all this stuff. It's like, can you imagine how good? Let me just tell you. Okay, let me tell you my experience from yesterday. Do you know how good it felt for me to swipe that card yesterday to pay $1,200 for school lunch as a single mom with absolutely no help? Do you know how freaking good that felt? That I don't need to go on free and reduced lunch program for my kid. And listen, I had to be on it. And my older two kids, I was on welfare. I had to be on it. But it felt so good of just like, thank you, money, for being here for me. Thank you for taking care of me. Thank you for providing me. You know, if I didn't pay that bill, she couldn't golf, right? And just feeling like a different way about money. Like, you know, the more that you complain, oh, I don't have enough, and why do they have this, and well, this is dumb, and if you're looking at me and like, oh, well, what she just, you know, like, no, listen, girl, get in here and we can rise up together. Like, this is not a competition. Like, this is how I started. This is what started my money journey. I had to give up my twins for adoption at birth. That's what happened. And I said, this is BS. Like, I can't even have my kids because I couldn't afford it. You know, sorry for crying, but like, it's very important to me because a lot of us are like $5,000 to $10,000 away from a whole completely different life. And it's just so silly. We have to start being aware. We have to start writing things down. We have to start dreaming a bigger dream for ourselves. Do you see how passionate I am? Yes, I am. Yeah, I wanted my kids to have a great life, and they do. They were there with me. Okay, since you're here till the end, I always leave the best for the end, but I got to see them for my birthday. I had all my kids together and my bonus kids, and we did goat yoga together. It was so fun. We laughed so hard. Oh my gosh. I'm like, this is such a cool experience. I was gifted that experience and so thankful for that. Like, this life is, Oh my gosh, it's so amazing. And the twins are growing, and the parents are just like, are you kidding me? These people are just like, it's like an answer to my prayers, really. So they give me a picture book. We love sharing pictures back and forth with me and the twins, but I just like, it was a gift at the table because we're all eating dinner, and I opened up, and it was like a photo album, and it's like pictures that I've never seen before, and I'm just like, wow, we're all gonna be okay. We're all gonna be okay, you know. But yeah, it made me wake up and see I never want anybody to have to decide whether they're gonna raise their kids or not because they don't have enough money. So after they were 4 months old, I got the job I'm in right now. Yeah, they were 4 months old. I lost the weight really fast because I just kind of didn't want, I just wanted to like, I just didn't want to be reminded, like I didn't want to have the baby weight. And so I was back to my pre-pregnancy weight within just a couple weeks after twins. I went right back to work. I couldn't wait to go back to work, and I'm sorry. I'm just gonna talk on these videos like I'm kind of talking to a friend, you know. But yeah, that's what happened. I went right back to work, and then a few months later, I went to working for the state, you know, grading corn and soybeans and stuff, and then I applied for the job with the actual company, and I got hired, and you know, 4 months postpartum, and before that, I didn't know how I was gonna even survive. Like, I was like living off of my savings from a car that I sold because I had a car that was paid off, and then I was just living off of like, I would have like a little bit of money because I worked as a waitress and I was pregnant with twins, and then I would do like working as a waitress, then I do like working for the state too, so I did kind of both. Like I would do one in one season, one in the other, but yeah, I applied for the job with the company, and it was, you know, for a corporation, and they've really taken good care of me, and it's been, you know, been some bumps along the way. But overall, like, I'm so thankful, you know, and there's some things that, you know, I don't like, but it's like, it's work. Of course, you're not gonna like everything about your work, but for the most part, I've learned so much. The biggest thing that I learned is that I'm so good at math. I was always good at math. You know, I just had to think about it in a different way, or to be challenged, you know. So, oh my gosh, I didn't know I was gonna get so emotional, but you guys, if you've been watching, like, you know me. You know, like, I don't care. Like, I'm gonna cry. And that's the thing that you should know, and that I learned as in coach training, is there's no wrong feelings. There's no bad feelings, you know. Don't try to push it away. So I will cry with you on here. Like, we will cry. You know. We will, for the right reasons, but overall, the feeling that I have is just so grateful. So grateful. You know, I remember saying, I hadn't prayed to God forever. And I remember when I knew I was pregnant with the twins, and I didn't know how I was going to take care of them, living in a 1-bedroom apartment. I already had 2 kids at home and no dads in the picture, right? So I have this picture. If you look like way back in my Facebook, you could see it. But I was like looking up, I was like praying to God. I'm like, you gotta come through. I don't know how I'm gonna do this, you know? And I also knew that I was gonna be, I'm just gonna let it out, but I knew that I was gonna be ostracized by people. I knew people were gonna not understand, because I was going back and forth my whole pregnancy of just like, can I do it? Can I not raise them? Like, you know, I didn't know if I could or not. And I knew if they were adopted, if I could find the right family, yeah, that was such a hard time. I knew that I would be criticized though. Yeah, you know, it was so funny. Yesterday I told you that I went to go get my pedicure and stuff. Well, I sat down on the pedicure chair, you know, just enjoying myself, talking to those ladies and everything. And then this lady came in, and then she sat next to me, like 2 down from me. And I know her. I remember her because when I was pregnant with my babies, she was also pregnant when my daughter was going to school. And so we had talked a little bit at the school. I was like, that's kind of cool to have a little friend. It's kind of cool. This lady's nice, and our kids were friends or whatever. You know, this was back in 1st grade or something. But then one summer I saw her at the pool, at the neighborhood pool, and she was like, "Oh, where's the babies? Or where's the baby or the babies?" I think, yeah, she knew I was having twins, because I would talk about it like I didn't say that I was gonna adopt them, because I didn't know if I was gonna. I didn't know what was going on. So when I came up empty-handed, yeah, that day at the pool, I said they were adopted at birth, and yeah, and then she never talked to me again. Like she, I don't know, like it was weird. So yesterday, like I saw her out of the corner of my eye, and I didn't say anything because, but I knew that. I knew I would be shamed. I knew I would be, but I had to do. I couldn't not have the twins, So that is the beginning of my money story, where I was like, you have got to get your shit together. You have to get your shit together because your kids deserve better. So, yeah. I didn't know I would be so emotional, but thanks for being here with me. And sometimes when I'm tired too, I get all like kind of, I don't know, I've noticed that when I'm tired, I get kind of weepy and everything, but sometimes it's profound for me when I hear myself say these things, and because there is such a story here. The story is we should not have to suffer because of money. It's so silly. It's so silly. It's just money. It's just math. It's just numbers. That's it. Like, we do not have to be emotional about it, but we have to get it together. We have to. Okay? And maybe you do. And if you already have your shit together, please share. I'm sorry, Jesus. Share with us your tips and tricks, and like, what have you done to bring yourself up and to really have a great relationship with your money? What have you done? Share it with us. We need all the tips in the comments if you want to. Okay. All right. Well, thanks for being here with me. And wow, I am telling you, I have things to talk about, and I appreciate you listening. And if you resonate with any of this, like, let me know. Yeah. Okay. Have a wonderful day. Bye, everyone.